The battle for the Lamar Hunt Trophy begins as we're underway in this AFC wildcard game. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
Check it set. Now get it out. Alert, alert. Watch the screen, watch the screen. Watch the screen. Kill. Activity 5.
They'll run for the first time with Johnson. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
I'm coming after you. Check 43. Check the backer. Shit. 59. Shit. Check 9. Check.
They'll run with a former Tar Heel, TJ Logan. And he'll get about 4 across the 30 to the 32.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
Third play of this opening drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 3.
I can't believe they even let you play. Check Mike, man.
A shotgun snap for Watson. And he finds Stills, complete. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. Subsequent gains of 3, 4, and now 5 yards. Good enough for the first down. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Check 3.
They run with Logan. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
Three yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. A little antsy on the left side of the line.
Yeah, I think they got the guy in the end. I think they got the DN there on that one. And let's face it, he is so amped up. Wanting to get a good get off on the snap, jump too quickly.
2nd and 2 now. The penalty leaves him in pretty good shape. From the gun, here's Watson. Going deep here for Still. This is caught at the 20. Touchdown, Houston. Kenny Stills, 55 yards. As his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. This is taken at the 3. And he'll take this across the 25. Couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line.
5'9". Mike 34. 12. 22 jet bomber. Check 3.
They'll run with the NC State man. It's Jalen Samuels. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. The Steeler first down on the pickup of 11 yards.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
Break it down. Check.
On play action. Now Breeze. Eluding the pressure right. And it's complete. It's Damian Williams. And he'll be down deep into Houston territory. A big play that time for Pittsburgh. 43 yards. They lulled them to sleep there, so to speak. That was all set up by the running game, wasn't it?
Another example of what all offensive coordinators tell us. When the running game's operating, it really opens up the playbook. And that's when they hit them with the play action. And you can see the defenders rushing towards the line of scrimmage, then scrambling back trying to cover. Couldn't get there in time.
Well scripted. They had the big running play, now the big passing play. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. An 18-yard touchdown grab as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. Extra point put through by Boswell, and we are tied at 7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
At the 26-yard line.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Watson now to throw. It's hauled in by Brandon Cooks. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
Set. You're 18. I'm coming for you. You must.
24. Watson on 3rd down. Got a man. It's his tight end, Lance Kendricks. His first catch of this wild card game, and it's good for a 1st down.
Well, sometimes our pregame meetings do pay off, don't they? What did the guys in the locker room call him?
Well, they said it with a chuckle. They called him Old Reliable.
Yeah, that means he doesn't move quite as fast as he used to, but he still knows all the tricks, doesn't he? Even that little gentle push-off in order to get open, he finds a way to pick up a 1st down.
And they'll get this just to the 47, 1-yard gain. The tackle made by Nicholas Morrow.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at the Steelers' 47-yard line.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Out of the gun, Watson. Throwing the out route, incomplete. That's Logan. And he'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. The defense loves to hang their hat on that, don't they? You get a guy that catches the ball, but you stop him for no gain.
Without a doubt, because they're also used to trying to catch people after the catch, and they miss. And that turns into what? A huge play. We've seen it so many times. In this case, though, catch was made.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. The safety, Terrell Edmonds, picks it. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
They'll run it for the first time with Williams. Benardrick McKinney there to make the stop.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
At the 44-yard line.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
Over. Here we go. Hey, kill.
Mike 55. Hey, eat.
Here's Breeze to throw. Trying to get it to Ebron, and it's intercepted. Benardrick McKinney, the linebacker, picks it. There he goes, right side. And this will be a touchdown. Short throw, pick 6 right there, those linebackers. They love when those short throws come and those eyes get real wide, don't they?
How about the anticipation on the play? Reading, reacting, and then the ability to catch the football and take it in the opposite direction.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This is taken at the 3. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line.
At their own 30-yard line.
Ready.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. They've been a come-from-behind team all year. They'll need to do it again as they trail early in this wild card game. Here's a run on first down that won't even get back to the line of scrimmage. He will lose a yard, 2nd and 11. We've become so accustomed to it, you sort of take it for granted.
You really do, but he is so good that every team in his division, every year, is trying to make sure they draft people charged with trying to block J.J. Watt. So far, hasn't been too successful.
Now a play fake. Breeze. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Good positioning, and it's picked off. And he's able to take this one back to the 36-yard line. You don't see this often. A quarterback of his caliber, 2 first-half interceptions.
It's absolutely surprising because it happens so rarely. You're searching for what reason, what's going on out there. It's not just maybe the defense is playing well. Is his horoscope off? His biorhythms? What is it?
You went horoscope on us, David.
Well, I was thinking maybe REM sleep was off. I'm trying to come up with something.
Anything, right?
At the Steelers' 36-yard line.
We're set. 19.
Check.
25.
On second down, it's Logan, and he'll be taken down at the 34. The second down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there.
Whenever we talk about the best strong safeties, one word constantly comes up, and that's instincts. Being able to diagnose run or pass and make the appropriate moves.
He crashed down hard there. He was ready for that running play. He'll get the first down and more inside the 20. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
So it's pretty simple, partner. You pick up a turnover, set you up in excellent field position. The last thing you want to do is go 3 and out in this spot.
Yeah, they would have had to settle for a field goal attempt, but now they keep those touchdown hopes alive. They'll try and run. This is Johnson. And they go the wrong way on this one. Losing yardage back at the 12. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
They'll try again on 2nd and goal after going backwards to the 12. They'll try the air now with Watson. Buying time to his left. And he's going to keep it here. 6 yards there off the scramble, but it'll still leave him with a third down.
They brought the blitz that time, and I thought they were going to get to him, but instead, he flipped it on its ear and ended up picking up positive yardage.
I thought he was dead to rights, but you are exactly correct, sir, able to turn that into a positive gain. The Texans on third down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. They're looking at a 3rd and goal here. They'll try to run it in. Johnson. And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. A 6-yard touchdown run. And the Texans push further out in front. Fairbairn good with the extra point. And it's now 21-7. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They've got to be a little shell-shocked. Down double digits at home in the playoffs. Still in the first half. They've got to turn things around quickly. He's airing it out for Williams. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Bernardrick McKinney, the linebacker, picks it. And he returns it into enemy territory down to the 45-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
Check the set. 19. Alert.
They'll run on first down. Logan, and he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
They stay on the ground. This time it's Johnson. He'll get about 4 here, down to the 43-yard line.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice game like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
He finds his target, Fuller. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. They convert on 3rd with a gain of 22.
Texans, first down.
Good set. 19. 98 for Mike. Let's go, D. 29.
On first down, it's Logan. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Stephon Tuitt, the one that got him down.
2nd and 10 at the 21-yard line.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. They'll run it here with Logan. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this day, has got to be priority 1.
The Texans on 3rd down. They have been superb, 5 for 6 to this point. This is 3rd down and 12. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down. 2 minutes to play here in this first half of the NFL playoffs. A reminder coming up at the half, as we've done all year. We'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. Coach will have the lowdown on what's going on here in this wild card weekend as we begin on the road to Super Bowl 53 in Atlanta. So that's a 7-play drive that ultimately stalls out there at the end.
Yeah, things were a little leaky in the beginning on that drive, weren't they? But how about the front 7? As they got closer to the goal line, things stiffened a little bit, forced the field goal.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. They're throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They look lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. Line of scrimmage, again the 25, 2nd and 10. Now Breeze. And the pressure gets to Breeze as he's taken down. J.J. Watt. He's the one that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9.
21.
Right 34, right 34.
Hey, easy.
Scoot.
Hey, high 7.
34 is the mic. 34 is the mic.
On 3rd and long, it's Breeze. Big hold of the 30. They'll find Juju Smith-Schuster. And all the way up to the 46. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down.
First and 10 at the 46-yard line.
The big play has them all the way out near midfield for a 1st and 10.
Come easy, opposite.
He don't want it.
Now Breeze. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete. Well, the incompletion, yes, but maybe here not the worst thing in the world?
No, not on 1st and 10. It actually gives them a chance to regroup, relax just a little bit. They huddle up, talk it over. Then they get a chance to continue their drive.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10.
Check.
34's the mic. He's coming. Check him. I got one.
On play action, it's Breeze. Escaping the pressure right. Looking deep here for Ebron. And that going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
Now yet another incompletion here as they fail to connect on 3rd. The 3 straight incompletions, they don't care. That hasn't dissuaded them. They're going to go for it on 4th. To throw is Breeze. That's to his running back, complete. The Steelers signal for the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in half number 1.
First and 10 at the 39-yard line.
The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down.
Kill. Hey, easy. 5-1.
Again, they'll throw with Breeze. He'll find Smith-Schuster. That's complete. Now the Steelers going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards.
21.
They fake the give. Here's Breeze. He'll take a shot for the end zone, and that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, but they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Timmy Jernigan in there to get him for a loss of 9 yards, and that also leads to 4th down. Breeze now. And the pressure gets to him again. Timmy Jernigan. And this defense will take over right near midfield at the 49-yard line. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
Now it's Watson, flushed out right. He's going to take a shot at the end. And got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Houston. David Johnson, as time expires in the first half. And the Texans push further out in front. Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. So we're in halftime of this AFC wildcard matchup as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, both teams try to avoid being one and done in these playoffs as we start the second half of this AFC wildcard game. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Gary and Conlon. And it's a huge return as he brings us all the way back down to the 15-yard line. They'll run on first down. Logan shifts by him. And they get to him quickly here as he's stopped right around the 13. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Hey, we got to get to the ball, team. We got to get to the ball. Let's keep moving. Check that alert. Check that alert.
They run again with Logan. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it's going to make it 3rd down at 6.
Back-to-back runs, I'd say that encompassed maximum effort for minimal gain.
Minimal yardage, and now they're going to need something more than minimal on this play coming up. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. A 12-yard touchdown run. And the Texans use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6.
Look, we all know that sometimes we see upsets in the wild card round. But I have to tell you, in this case, I did not see that coming.
I don't think anyone in the stadium saw it coming. You and I were coming in before the game. There was a couple in front of us talking about travel plans for next weekend. They might want to cancel those.
Yeah, I would say so, because right now it's looking more and more like they're going to be one and done. They're probably trying to call the hotel, make sure they get their security deposit back.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. They've got to dig down deep. I mean, they need something right now, really anything to cling on to. This offense has struggled.
Partner, join me in a walk to their locker room at the half, okay? Because I think what we would have seen is an offensive coordinator and his assistant coaches getting together with all their positions, then coming together as a group, going over adjustments, and then the head coach coming in and just screaming, "Wake up. Yeah. Let's get moving, guys."
I'm kind of glad we weren't in there at halftime, actually.
Well, you think you might have turned it on us, too?
Yeah, but right now, whatever was said hasn't been working. 23 yards the pickup there. On first down, Breeze. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. And they move this all the way down to the 9. And they will finally get him to the ground at the Texans' 9. The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's 1st and goal from just inside the 10. Throwing now is Breeze. Got his man. It's caught for a Steelers touchdown. Jordan Reed, a beast in the red zone with his second touchdown of the game. And the Steelers are able to cut into that deficit. Boswell good with the extra point, and the lead is down to 24. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They are clicking on all cylinders. They seem to be just scoring at will right now, and that's why they've opened up this big lead.
Now, we always talk about getting into the zone, and all athletes are seeking that, aren't they? But everything is working for them. Every move they make works. It clicks, and they are on point right now.
Yeah, they are in that zone that you're talking about. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Check 24. Let's go. Motion. Check Mike 99.
Stop your whining.
Check Mike 99. Watch the screen.
Running from the gun, Johnson. And the Steelers signal for another timeout. And that's going to leave them with just one timeout remaining, still in the third quarter. We'll see if that comes back to haunt them. We'll be back. And movement here by one of the Texans up front. In comes the flag. So the false start certainly doesn't help matters as they'll try again now. 3rd and long. Watson now. From the gun, he'll throw. Johnson's got it complete.
Whether you're playing West Coast offense or not, one of the maxims of the West Coast offense is you're either throwing a touchdown or a check down. In other words, look for the big shot, but be smart. And I think they did exactly that on that play. They didn't get the first down, but they're taking care of the ball well.
Yeah, and being rightly cautious with that lead here in the second half. And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They come in off a touchdown drive the last time they had the ball that cut down that lead. Now the defense has done their part, got them the football back.
Momentum started to shift a little bit when they scored the touchdown. It increased when the defense got them the ball back. Momentum definitely in their favor. Now they got to keep things cranking, keep it on high so they can keep cutting into that lead.
Well, here's a good way to kick off a drive, complete over the middle. And he'll be down deep into Houston territory. It's a big play there for the Steelers. 57 yards. Into the red zone is Breeze. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually that becomes man on man. And you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Breeze. And my goodness, another interception. Vernon Hargraves with a pick. And it's a tremendous return as they finally get him at about the 10-yard line.
This was almost what I've heard referred to as a pick 12.
Pick 12, explain.
Well, you're talking about the 6 that they were trying to get.
Because they were so close to the end. And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. A 10-yard touchdown run. And the Texans use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. Fairbairn good with the extra point, and that will extend this big lead. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. This one fielded at the 5. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line.
At their own 29-yard line.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part two, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
On 2nd and 9, Breeze. And a big loss here as he's taken down. J.J. Watt able to get in there for his second sack of the afternoon.
And that's his second sack of the game, but this player, disruptive in all phases, whether he's going upfield, coming underneath, you name it. He's a big-time guy you have to block.
To throw, it's Breeze. And now here is another interception. Read it well, and it's picked. And they will finally put it into the return, but not until he takes it back all the way inside the 10. Yard line.
First down and goal to go at the 8-yard line.
Suddenly, it's 1st and goal after the interception. A quick change in the situation here. On the carry, it's Logan. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. T.J. Logan, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Texans use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And the lead will swell by one more. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. Elsewhere, they have gone to the second half in Carolina. And the Panthers have scored to extend their lead. Remember to keep an eye on the ticker, of course, at the bottom of your screen for updates on that game and others around the NFL. A bit of an opening there on the first down run as they get this forward for about 6 yards. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
At the 32-yard line.
Boy, and now they can't even get a playoff. And that'll set them back 5.
That's it, baby.
Following the delay, here's 2nd and 9.
I'm going to come back to you. I'm going to back.
Following the penalty, it's Williams. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. 12 yards that time, and a Pittsburgh first. Couple of very nice carries to start this drive out.
Yeah, 2 first downs. And how about that second one? What a nice run on that particular play. I'm telling you, they're going to start to think that this game is easy if they continue to rip off yardage like this.
Ready. Yellow lady.
He's coming. Check him. Check him. Double dog. Double dog. That's the way.
Now a first down carry. It's Williams. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
Yeah, baby. Yeah.
At the 43-yard line. A gain of 4.
1 quarter remains for the right to survive round 1 here in the AFC. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. This is Williams. Just a gain of a yard there, and now it'll be third down.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
The Steelers on third down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This will be 3rd and 6. Boy, and now they can't even get a play off. So that'll back them up 5. After the delay, they're backed up even further for 3rd and long.
Hey, tight end's right. Watch tight end. Everyone, we got 4 down.
Watch 38. Watch 38.
Williams. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
Now on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. 35 yards that time on the punt, and the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. The outcome of this one, well, we know who's going to win it. It's just all window dressing at this point. Got me thinking, what's the biggest blowout that you've been a part of as a player, a broadcaster?
You know, I'm not going to go to the player part because when I think blowout...
Because you won every game as a player.
No. I think about being blown out, and no one wants to go back to those memories. But, you know, when I was calling college football, I saw a game that, you know, a team put 70. I actually saw it happen twice. A team put 70 on their opponent. And in the NFL in the 2017 season, I saw one of those changing of the guard games where a team that hadn't been very good before now was dominating and kicking around a team who had been ruling their division.
And that's when you earn your paycheck, right? As the analyst, you got to fill that time.
You've got to know what's going on out there and how it all happened.
Well, obviously that begs the question, what game was it?
That was Seattle hosting Los Angeles, the Rams.
Yeah.
Their second meeting of the season, and the Rams turned it around from their first one and blew out the Seahawks.
The Texans on 3rd down. 6 conversions and 9 tries. They've done a great job of picking these up. This is 3rd and 4. They'll try and run for it. Here's Johnson. Defensively, they rally the troops to force 4th down after that 7-yard pickup back on 1st. Then he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick. And what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
And he gets it away, and it's a laser, headed for the sidelines. Out of bounds as he appeared to be looking for the corner. He got it. They're going to mark this at the 4-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
And from that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb.
Ready.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Well, they're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again. So it's not picking up a couple of first downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 first downs and make sure you move the ball into their territory.
You ready?
Watch it, you five. Tighten up, tighten up. Pull it together.
Ready, set.
On 2nd and 7, Breeze. Open man, completes it to Smith-Schuster. And able to get it here to about the 16-yard line. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or
better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
boy, and now they can't even get a playoff.
Let's go. Let's do this.
And the offensive penalty has us back where we started as they come up on a 1st and 10. Now a 10th carry. Here's Williams. And that closed up quickly there as he gets it up only to about the 17. Tackle made by Whitney Merciless. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair.
Your trip is here.
So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset. They're looking at 2nd down now as they search for a consolation score. Williams. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation.
Ready. We're waiting.
Right there in the middle. 55. I don't even know why this team showed up.
On play action, now Breeze. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Justin Reed. The number 7 usually lucky here, not for him. 7 picks he's thrown in this game. That's only happened 6 times since 1960.
And I know that the most recent time it happened, the guy who threw him, he won a Heisman Trophy in college, so sometimes you just have a lousy game. Doesn't necessarily mean it's a bad career, but when you're talking about one game, 7, you're right, not lucky at all.
Yeah, Ty Detmer, the last to do it in 2001, to throw 7 picks. Down to a knee here as the Texans look to let the clock roll. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long.